Everybody, what's up? Brian saying here with another NRW checkpoint. Brian, how you doing,
Yeah,
man?
I'm okay. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. I'm good. Doing now. There's been a
Yeah.
lot of news, and I wasn't aware of the event today. But tell us about the Pokemon event today, Brian.
Yes. So Pokemon Presents, which I guess that's like like Pokemon's, I don't know, official like video service. I don't know. Anyway, Pokemon Presents, they had a showcase today, and basically was going over all of the things happening in the world of Pokemon. Today is actually Pokemon Day, the day that we're recording, February 27th.
There's a
So
Pokemon Day.
yes, there's a Pokemon Day.
Okay.
And so obviously, why not hear from Pokemon themselves about what's coming down the pipeline? So they announced Pokemon Champions, which is it looks to be a successor to Pokemon Stadium, which you may remember back from the Nintendo 64 days. What makes this one special is obviously for today's time, so all the new Pokemon are in it. But on top of that, or on top of it being a Nintendo Switch game, it is also going to be ported over to Android and iOS so that
Hmm,
you can, I guess, play anywhere or everybody can have access to it. I think it's the
interesting.
goal.
Okay.
Right. I thought that was pretty cool. Pokemon Stadium, the focus is mostly battling. Like 90% of the game, you in a stadium battling either another trainer or a gym leader of some sort, stadium leader, whatever. So with them kind of revamping that, bringing it to Pokemon Champions. I think that's gonna be really, really cool because that's the fun part about Pokemon is using your Pokemon to battle. So I'm excited for that, especially because, the what would you call them? The trainers who participate in Pokemon via their devices, whether it be Apple or Android, are gonna also be able to take part with the Switch players. Well, that's what it looks like anyway.
That's cool beans.
Yeah, I really thought that was dope. I'm excited for it. And then Pokemon Legends, I guess this is a ZA. I guess it's not necessarily a
Z
sequel to
ZA or
Arceus.
Z2A?
Oh, you know what? Great observation. I don't really know how they pronounce it. It might be Z to A or is it ZA? I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure they said it in the trailer, but I'm drawing a blank. Either way, it's another Pokemon game in the vein of the Pokemon Arceus game that came out not too long ago. So same like catch mechanics and battle system. This one, I don't know, at least to me, right? Um, Pokemon, the Legends franchise that they're introducing is more like open world
Hmm.
type of battle play, whereas the mainline Pokemon games, they're turn-based. So I don't know. I kind of like that because it kind of makes you feel like you playing like on the show.
Hmm.
But I haven't played the Arceus game yet. So I don't know. This game looks pretty cool. I might check it out. The Pokemon trading card pocket game, which has been having a incredible year. They're getting some new things. I thought that was dope. Pokemon Unite is also getting some new things. I think what did they say? Three
What is Pokemon
Pokemon.
Unite?
So Pokemon Unite is the MOBA version of Pokemon. So think what's that game? Smite. You ever played Smite before?
Okay,
Or
I know I'm familiar. I never played it, but yes.
okay, so think of that gameplay style but with Pokemon. So there's
Okay.
usually well, the last time I played it, there was like three maps, and each map had a different objective in order to
Hmm.
win the game. But ultimately you have to score more points than the other team in a lot of time. It's pretty fun. They give you, I mean, not all of the Pokemon have made it to the roster yet,
Hmm.
but the fun ones to play are there, and then you get to
Okay.
experience their abilities, level up and things. It's pretty cool. So Pokemon Unite is getting new Pokemon. Pokemon Masters EX is also Getting some new things there, celebrating their what 5.5 year anniversary at this point.
Hmm.
Pokemon Sleep is getting a interesting update, which is very I don't know. Pokemon Sleep has always been a bit of a question mark to me because you play the game by going to sleep and letting it kind of do its thing as you like snooze. I don't know, it's weird because
Strange.
it is, but I don't know. It looks cool based on this update here. And then they also gave us more of a look or more insight into Pokemon Concierge, which is the Netflix Pokemon show that's coming. I don't know when it's supposed to come out. Pretty soon.
Okay. Is
And
Pokemon Go still a thing?
it is. I was just
Okay.
about to get to
Okay.
it. They adding some more things for Pokemon Go, which they kind of talked about that I want to say a few weeks ago, so they didn't really highlight much in this Pokemon Presents, but they did, mention that you need to be paying attention to Pokemon Go because things are changing over there. And they brought it up specifically because if you link your Pokemon Go account to your Pokemon Home account, then when you link your Pokemon Home account to your Pokemon Champion account, you can like trade your Pokemon, don't have to go through the whole process of catching and leveling up and stuff like that.
Interesting.
Pretty interesting. And Pokemon Cafe also got some new content. So Pokemon just in general, Game Freak, everybody over there, they've been cooking some things up
Hmm.
and they made some exciting announcements today. I haven't played anything Pokemon in quite some time, but I don't know. I'm thinking about getting into the trading card game, and I have Pokemon Unite. It's free to play.
Hmm.
So that's always a good time. It's actually pretty relaxing. Like it's the gameplay itself is like high stakes, like you're trying to win, but I don't know. It's a chill game.
Okay.
But that was pretty much it with Pokemon Presents. Um, Only other thing that like really caught my attention, newsworthy or within the news mill. The Avowed update came out, had some pretty cool things that they added to the game. I've never played the game before, but I was reading through like
Yeah.
the list of stuff that they add, and I was like, oh, this is
I still
sounds
haven't
fun.
gotten a chance to play it myself.
Okay. Well, check out the patch notes when you get a chance. I'm sure
Okay.
it'll mean more to you once you start playing the game.
Okay.
But this update is supposed to be pretty huge, and I saw a lot of gamers discussing it. And then the last thing that I was super excited about, Rocksteady Studios, who is the same studios that brought us the Batman Arkham series. They
Hmm.
are working on a new Batman title, supposedly. This is more of a rumor than it is
Hmm.
confirmed. However, Batman Beyond is my favorite Batman.
Now that I think that would be absolutely awesome if they did a Batman Beyond game.
I
Thinking
agree.
of that and I think also it's a good way of doing Batman and us and not having Kevin Conroy around anymore
Right.
to do the voice. And
Right.
not saying there are many other actors, voice actors who've done Batman outside of Kevin Conroy, but since
Right.
he did all of the voices in the Batman Arkham series, it's just if they're going to do a continuation of that in some way, shape, or form, I think Batman Beyond would be an amazing because I'm sure there are Batman Beyond games, but they aren't like a lot.
No, I think there may be two, if I'm not mistaken, and they're like older games.
Yeah, like 2D platforming joints or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have yet to have like an actual like Batman Beyond game, which is why I'm excited for it. Like I said, this is my favorite Batman Beyond. I just like futuristic stuff, and it's Batman,
Yeah.
so I was like, oh, okay, we got some traction. And on top of that, James Gunn, he's very vocal on social media about his plans with DC and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And he did confirm a while ago that they were working on a bunch of games to
Right.
incorporate into or that will be, a direct correlation to the DC
Right.
cinematic universe. So I'm excited about this. I'm excited about this. Um, something else happening with DC that I was like, oh yeah, that's gonna be dope. Oh, they making a Teens Titan live action movie, I
Yeah, I
believe.
saw
Either
that too.
live.
I'm holding out hope. Let me tell you, I am skeptical about everything DC at the moment.
I mean,
They're
that's fair.
making they're making so many announcements, and it's weird. I saw the Superman trailer again when I saw, I think it was Brave New World.
Yeah.
I was really sitting on the big screen. I'm like, I'm really not impressed.
It's gonna be hard to really give us Superman again. We have a bunch of Superman movies telling the exact same story the
Well,
same way.
yeah,
I,
but they're not doing an origin story, thank God. But I'm
right,
just,
which is why I'm excited for this. But I get what you're saying.
yeah, I want to see a more. If I see a longer trailer, I think my opinion might change. But see, like I've watched, like I thought it was dope the first time I saw it, and we are kind of getting off, but I'll get back to it.
Mm,
I saw it, and I'm like, okay, it looks cool. But sitting on a big screen, I wasn't as impressed as I was when I saw the trailer on the big screen. It
that's
was
fair.
just so I want to see a more full-length trailer. But speaking of Warner Brothers,
Hmm.
um, yeah, they're closing studios. They closed Monolith, who and with that canceled that Wonder Woman game that's been gestating for years.
Hmm.
They closed Play First Games, also developer of Multiverses, and
Right, which
WB San Diego, which I think
yeah,
is the Quidditch game that apparently didn't do well.
the Quidditch game.
Yeah.
I, I've I've always felt like I enjoy playing the game, but it
Hmm.
does lack a certain like replayability. I think it's just because they're making a game completely based around like a made up sport and they're not fleshing out the sport based on what we know of it from
Right.
the Harry Potter films. Like
And I think we
I
both
th
said that it should have been a part of um, Hogwarts
Marvel
Legacy. It shouldn't have been a
exactly.
standalone game.
Yeah.
Like that
But
should have been a multiplayer component to Hogwarts Legacy.
which I think that may be in the pipeline because I think they slipped up somewhere and revealed that Hogwarts Legacy 2 is like on the way.
Oh, that's no
So
brainer.
yeah,
We knew
they
that was
had to, right?
coming.
Right, right. So I feel like I don't know, they may try to do something with that because that has been like the main component that everybody who's played Hogwarts Legacy say is missing is something that where we can do multiplayer stuff over the internet. Like it's a dope like role playing game and everything, but
Mhm.
it's the gameplay is so rich that it's like why are we not experiencing this with other players? But I don't know. Yeah, I kind of knew something was going on with Warner Brothers when the multiverses thing got shut down.
They just look, live service is dying, but they killed multiverses with those changes they made.
Yeah,
They really did. Like they shot themselves in the foot chasing
which
dollars.
right, and that like you can't. Everybody can't be Call of Duty. Like some of y'all just gonna have to put out a nice, good game
Yeah.
and let that be that. Recoup what you can recoup from there. Like
Look, my
the
biggest issue with
skins and stuff. No.
multiverses,
Hmm.
especially the change, there was no couch co-op. And also you could not use the same players online offline. Like
Right.
you were stuck with a certain set of players to use offline. I'm like, yo, this is some BS.
Right. And the crazy thing about that is they had so much trouble like getting the competitive mode up and running.
Hmm.
So it was like you would have expected like at least couch play is there. Like
Yeah, exactly. And it was never there. And it really sucked. This is
yeah.
one of those times where I'm just like, why would you not create a game,
Mhm.
have it single play, or a regular game you download, have people buy it, then add on the online part
Like
to it.
Smash Brothers.
Yeah, like Smash Brothers, exactly. Like Smash Brothers as a perfect example. So I was highly disappointed, especially when they changed features and took features off after it came out of beta and they came back. Yeah, they shot themselves in the foot with that one.
Yeah.
But to end off, we got a piece of good news for everybody out there.
What's up?
At least good news for your wallet.
Okay.
PlayStation has dropped the price of the
Oh yes.
VR2 from 549 to 399.
Oh my
Now I'm like,
goodness.
that's a reasonable price for that, in my
And
opinion.
And it
And
should
that's
have been there from the beginning.
right. Doesn't that put it in line with like the Meta Quest? One of the Meta Quests is like 399.
Yeah, I think the starter model, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken. I don't really care for the anything metal right now, but yeah, I believe the Quest one is right around that price range, which I mean, Sony, the VR, okay, I get it. We are moving in, sort of moving in that direction. I
Right.
really like that they have these titles that are synonymous with, the games that are already on there. Like they have what is it? The girl, the one with the
Horizon.
one arrow. Yes, they have Horizon as like a role-playing game, and then you have a VR version of it. That's a completely different story and mechanics and everything. I like
Right.
stuff like that. I feel like that's cool. I feel like that's a
Yeah.
good way to build that IP. The problem is, at least for me, is that price. It's usually been that price. And the fact
Hmm.
that don't I mean, we talked about this right with the Quest games not being able to play, like
Hmm.
the Meta Quest thing having way more games than you can ever
Hmm.
tap into on the VR. I just felt like if we jumping into the thing or whatever, this is not the place to be. Oh, VR exclusive or whatever.
Yeah. Nah.
Like if you putting your toe in there, put your foot in too, so we can go ahead and get this thing off the shelf.
Right. Exactly. And that price point again. I'm not saying that I don't understand why they charge that price. Okay. I'm not saying
Crazy.
it wasn't worth the money. I'm not saying it. I'm simply saying that it's an attachment to a
Yeah,
system you already have to buy. So
exactly.
when the attachment is more than the damn system,
That don't make sense.
exactly, especially when you can get a standalone unit, VR unit for less than that.
Right.
That was the issue I always had with it. It is too much money for what they're asking for as a total product because you can't just buy the VR headset and stuff by themselves. So you're
Right.
talking about people paying pretty much $1,000, and this is before you get a game on this complete package.
Right.
If you want somebody to experience VR, that is the absolute worst way to do it.
Right. And the way that they have it set up where if you have PlayStation Premium, you get VR games, some of the VR games for free. I'm like, okay, so why are you charging, like, just make it make it the regular thing. We can't pay more for like you said, an attachment than the actual system that you need for the attachment to work. That's crazy.
Right. Right.
But
Exactly.
did I ever talk to you about the Portal, the PlayStation Portal?
No, no.
So I got one for Christmas.
Okay.
It was gifted to me,
Right.
and it was crazy because I remember vividly our conversations about it. Like I'm like, it don't make sense. What's the point? Blah blah blah.
Hmm.
After having it, I completely understand
Is
what.
this before or after the update that allows you to play cloud games?
Now, so this rolled out because I think that update came out like right around the holiday season.
Okay, so your experience with it is just like you have an experience with it playing in cloud games. You don't have experience just being remote play.
Well, so I've tried both because
No, but
I've
I'm saying
never.
you didn't have it when you only could remote play.
Oh, right. Correct,
Right.
correct, correct. Yeah. Yeah. I think the moment I opened it, they were like, oh, update it now so you can get the cloud play games, whatever,
Hmm.
which surprisingly they work out pretty well. I thought that we had to be like connected to the console all the time to do this stuff, but no,
Yeah.
the cloud play thing, you just need internet connection and a PlayStation premium
Yeah.
subscription and
I
you
think
good.
with that, because
Mhm.
that's what 199.
I don't know what the price
I think
is.
it's like 190. Like I think with cloud play, again, if you already have those things in place, I
Mhm.
think with that, it's a good deal. Because
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of other um cloud players out there. I think it's 199, not 299. But I think even with that, like they are like that G Logitech G whatever, they trying to charge like 300 whatever for that.
Mhm.
But of course all those run Android too, so you can do other things on it. But I think that in general, like a lot of these companies are charging way too much for these cloud game players.
Yeah.
And to see Sony come in and me actually say, you know, that's not a bad, even though you can't like you have to stream, like you have to have the service and everything. But again, no
Mhm.
different from Microsoft in this case. But the fact that I'm like Sony has a reasonable price for what they're asking for,
For the
and
first
the build
time.
quality, yeah, for the first time ever, the first time and only time you ever hear me say that about Sony, um, and their price points on anything. But
Yeah.
I think in general, like if you have PlayStation, what you have to have the Ultimate to do that or whatever it is.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah,
But
I'm pretty sure it's the
as a
premium or the
secondary
top
unit,
one.
that's a great price for it. I mean, because
Yeah.
honestly, I've looked into some of the other cloud players. I think it was the Absolute. I've looked into that because I think you can get that for around like 150, 199, depending
Mm.
on where you look. And even that's like the same price as the portal for just playing Xbox games and whatnot, especially I guess when I thought I was gonna be doing traveling for work, but that changed after yesterday, at least as of right now. That's a whole other
Uh-oh.
conversation. Instead of bringing like my controller and my tennis tablet with me, which I used to do, I was like, oh, that's not a bad idea picking up something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a reasonable price.
Yeah.
So
Only thing that I'm not, well, not, I ain't gonna say I don't like about it. The only thing that will I would caution people who are looking into it, because
uh,
it is more for the hardcore core games like we talked about. Like if you
right,
want to play in your room while somebody's watching TV on the console, like it's the
right,
thing. But only thing I would caution is the cloud play service itself. There's only a select few games on there that you can
right,
actually play, because most games on PlayStation at this point, they have a cloud streaming like feature to them,
right.
especially if you play an older game that was on 4 or 3 or PlayStation 2 or 1. But all of the cloud service games that you can access on a PlayStation 5 are not accessible through the cloud service platform on the PlayStation Portal. And you cannot, it's a remote play device, but you can't remote play cloud games from your PlayStation console, if I'm not mistaken. I tried to do something of that effect, and it was like, oh
Mhm.
wait, you can't do this. And I was like, wait, why not? Because it's supposed to be just mirroring the screen, or I should be able to do this, but
Right.
something that was off about that. But either way, it's a cool gadget for hardcore gamers and people who like want to travel with their PlayStation but don't want to take the PlayStation with them.
Okay.
But
Let's get
games,
into
what
some
we got
games
today?
this week.
Yeah, what we got?
All right, rapid fire. We have Biomorph coming out for Xbox Series systems. It dropped on, I think, Switch and PS5 last year. It's a Metroidvania platformer, so definitely something you might guys want to check out.
Mm,
Dollhouse Behind the Broken Mirror dropped on a PC, PS5, Xbox Series systems. Is a horror adventure game and Farming Simulator VR on the PC, Meta, and PS VR2. And it's, well, what it is in the title. You know what it is.
right.
Farming Simulator in VR. Yay.
Right.
All right. Let's get to our highlights for the week. Of course, number one is probably the biggest game coming out this week.
Got to be.
Monster Hunter Wilds on the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series systems, and PC.
Mm,
Monster Hunter Wilds is the next mainline installment in Capcom's long-running Monster Hunter series. Dynamic, ever-changing environments, a story of monsters and humans in a world with two faces, one in which the lands are harsh and unforgiving, where monsters fight for scant resources, and another in which the lands are vibrant and brimming with life. You play as a professional monster hunter, protecting the balance of the ecosystem and hunting monsters. Use the resources you gain from hunts to craft ever more powerful weapons and armor in your quest to unravel the mysteries of this new land.
which I'm excited.
Yes, and of course we're watching trailer for all the highlights.
Yes.
Next up, we have Spectre Divide on the PC, PS5, and Xbox Series. This is competitive three versus three tactical shooter driven by duality. Use dualities to control two bodies in real time,
Mm.
letting you defend two sites at once. Cover your own cross, or even trade yourself. Master tactical gunplay and an arsenal of future tech to achieve infamy. Now, that sounds like an interesting premise for a three.
It does. And I really like this whole, yeah, we're
Yeah,
ready to see the trailer for that.
right. And next up is Glover, and this is a remaster, I believe, but this is out on everything, every platform. While performing an experiment, a wizard accidentally loses his gloves in a magic cauldron. The resulting explosion shatters the magical crystals across the kingdom. Fortunately, one of the gloves comes to life and wants to collect the crystals and return them to the wizard. Unfortunately, the other glove is evil and will stop at nothing to see the wizard doesn't get back his gloves. Get his hands back on the crystals. It's been a long day, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's get into our first trailer, which is Glover.
This sounds like an interesting little platformer. Need a hand? Yeah.
This definitely reminds me of like Mario 64.
I was about to say, this is a remaster, right? Or
no, I think it's a new game. I think I have it incorrect.
Okay.
Well, maybe I'm right.
Well, the nostalgia is killing. It's going to get it there.
Yeah. This had to be a N64 game.
It had to be. Right. Or maybe they made it on N64 and just converted it authenticity. Wow. Okay.
Yep. 1998. Nintendo 64. Yep.
Okay. So it is. Okay, great.
It is, yeah, because it looks like they looked at Mario 64 and like, okay, we're gonna do something like this.
Right. I even see little touches of like Rayman in there. Like,
yeah. Even little Bomberman too with some of the
yeah, this is cool.
Yeah. All right, next up we have Spectre Divide.
Okay, they lose them. Oh well, wait, hold on. Okay, I like the art style.
Yeah, definitely.
Anything, I don't know. Shell shading is pretty good. Like, there's more cell shading. I was like, this is really dope way to animate these games. One mind, two bodies. Okay. So you have two players you control one at a time. You like set yourself up to be in good places. Okay.
It looks different. I like it.
Yeah. Me too. I don't know. I just hope this game goes well, because clearly they'll be going up against what's the game? I haven't played it in so long. What's the other the 3-man shooter? Oh, Apex. Clearly they'll be going up against Apex. No, I know I haven't played in some seasons at this point, but it's still popular. So yeah, I feel like hopefully they're able to survive, because Rogue Company, great game. It just, Apex was smoking hot at the time, and I don't think, hopefully this one survives. So I think it's a dope premise.
Yeah, it seems dope. Definitely something different and unique, and we like that. So hopefully it does well. All right. Next up, we have Monster Hunter Wilds.
The star of the show.
Basically.
Which I've played Monster Hunter before. Like, it's a fun game. I might get this. Obviously, gameplay mechanics of the game is more fun when you have a squad to run with. But play it by yourself.
You can't do this alone.
I really enjoy it because that's a good story. Like, I didn't expect that.
Here it comes. There's too many of them.
somebody was right.
Watch out for that glove.
Like even this,
I will
like
draw time. Cover me.
what happens in this.
Gameplay?
Be careful.
That's what I'm saying.
Be
Like,
ready. If we can make it to the rocks, we may lose them.
I'm not mistaken. Like, the loud part of the franchise is supposed to be RPG story driven,
Picked up our
whereas
scent.
I'll handle it.
Monster Hunter World is like
You find
open
someplace
world,
safe.
Thank you.
but this looks
Goodness.
Have you ever played a Monster Hunter game before?
I have not.
Kill one of the monsters. Craft like armor. So like
Don't
a lot
worry,
of
the hunter is here.
players, they like to
Just
team
watch.
up and do,
You'll see
like
what hunting is all about.
for the biggest monster or whatever to get this like super rare gear.
All right.
Yeah.
The Capcom is the one company this generation that just coming out with banger after banger after banger after
Yeah.
banger.
They
Even when they miss with like Exoprimal, they still come back hot.
which where is that was that the dinosaur game we was looking for?
Yeah. Yeah, that
What
was
happened?
I don't know. I guess it didn't, since it was live service, it didn't do as well, even though it was on like Xbox Game Pass. Like I played the demo. I never took the chance to actually get into it. But yeah, I think it was over in like a year. So it was an interesting premise. I think again,
Yeah.
the live service aspect of it, just companies got to keep up with that. And if you don't have enough gameplay to justify, then they shut it down, which is what happened.
Yeah.
But still, interesting premise for a game.
Agreed.
But those are our games for this week. Brian, what's going on with you, man? Anything new?
Nothing at this current point in time. I am preparing another episode of the Laugh Out Loud podcast.
Okay.
I just got to get around to recording it. I've been busy since returning, so I ain't really got nothing going on. I'm writing. That's pretty
Okay.
much it. What about yourself?
187, the podcast came out. Is with my interview from Black Owned Fragrance Week with Chris Classic of Savoir Faire. So that'll be on all podcasting platforms. Over on YouTube, I dropped I guess that's last time we spoke, my interview with Lisa and John from Background Noise Comics. So that's up. My interview with Stephanie from Trek Long Island, talking about that. Conventions coming up in May from my time at Farpoint Convention. And then my interview with Wendy Rain from Exotica, New Jersey 2024 are all currently live on YouTube and websterstyle.com.
Hey, okay, cool.
So, but that's it for us. You know, we are Nerds with Lure. Make sure you continue to follow us on social medias, on Twitter at the NRW, on Instagram at New Release Wednesday, and of course, you're currently on YouTube. So make sure you like, you share, and subscribe.